Welcome to the Motorhome Matt podcast. Caravans, campervans, motorhomes and more. It's the place to get hints, tips and impartial advice from the expert himself, Matt Sims. Brought to you by thatleisureshop.com. Join us on the journey with Motorhome Matt.
So I'm here on the Campervan Advice Centre, an exhibition stand at the NEC Caravan, Campervan and Motorhome Show, and I'm here with the lovely Cat Wandering Bird. And Cat and I have both been on the stand all week, giving advice, hints and tips to lots of customers and prospective buyers at the show who've come to ask the questions that they probably wouldn't like to ask anywhere else. And both of us have been presenting. Cat, it's great to see you.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
Tell us a bit about you and how you got into this wonderful world that we call motorhoming. You're a motorhome owner, aren't you?
Yeah, we've got a motorhome. So we bought a motorhome about 5 years ago, and we bought it for one reason only, and that was to tow our motorbikes around Europe. We both ride motorbikes, and we wanted a more cost-effective way of doing it because we tour with our daughter, and getting hotel rooms and B&Bs as we were travelling was getting really expensive. So one day we rode past a motorhome with the bikes on the trailer, and we were like, we need that. We bought a motorhome. It was wrong for us in every possible way because we didn't know what we were doing, but we still loved it, and we took it to Europe. We made so many mistakes, and whilst we were over there, we loved it so much that I actually decided to quit my job. I used to be an air traffic controller for London. I quit it about 4 years ago, and we have been touring pretty much full-time, give or take 2020, which we don't talk about.
And you did something even more interesting before you were an air traffic controller. What were you doing before that?
I was a helicopter helo navigator in the Royal Navy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you've gone from helicopter navigator to air traffic controller to full-time motorhome lifestyle blogger. Is that fair?
Yeah, it was, and now it's sort of split. We've had a boat for a long time, so we're split between the two at the moment, but we are hoping that soon, now that things are opening up again, we can become more motorhome travellers again, because you can get a lot further in a van than you can with a boat.
So what motorhome have you got now?
We've got a Swift 665 Escape now, so it's got the N Lounge, which we love, and it's below 3 metres, which makes things cheaper for travelling around Europe, and it's 6.7 metres, so it's not too bad on the ferry and the train.
And so what was wrong with the first motorhome you bought? You said it was a disaster.
It was. So first of all, it had an overcab bed, which was perfect for our daughter, but it made us over 3 metres, which meant that all the tolls in Europe, we were Cat 4.
This is the height of the motor.
Height, yeah. If you're over 3.01 metres, you become Cat 4, so it becomes a lot more expensive. So that was our first mistake. Second mistake was it had an end bed, which is great, except that when you're all up and then it rains all day, the only place we all had to sit was in the dinette, and we were driving each other crazy because we seem to be rain magnets, and it rains a lot when we go anywhere, and we spent a lot of time, the three of us, in a very small dinette space, and we needed that extra living room. So that's why we ended up going for our second van, which had an end lounge, and we love that. So now we have a dinette and an end lounge, and it works brilliantly.
So buying the right layout is really important then for people listening to this that haven't bought one yet.
Yeah.
What advice would you offer them in terms of doing research on a layout?
Well, my advice always is go into a van that you think you like, shut the door, and imagine that you cannot leave for 24 hours. We had awful storms here the other week. Imagine that happened to you. So it's great when you've got an awning and you've got outside living, and it's a lot easier. But if you were stuck in that van for 24 hours, how would the rhythm of it work? One thing my husband and I are different on. So I'm an early bird. I will get up early and I like to start working and get on with the day. My husband likes a more gentle wake up. So if we had a layout with a drop-down bed over the saloon area, I couldn't sit anywhere when I got out of bed early. So that layout wouldn't work for us. Similarly, if our daughter, she does occasionally still travel with us, if she came to stay but we all had the sort of one living area, we wouldn't have a separate space for her to sleep. So it's kind of working out how it works for you. If you've got kids and you want to put them to bed earlier than you, if they're going to sleep in the saloon, where do you then sit of an evening? And there's all sorts of different rhythms that people have in the way that they use the van, which is why there are so many amazing layouts, but you just got to find the one that's right for you. The other thing that I suggest you do is look at the payload. Payload is so important, and so many people overlook this, that you've got the maximum weight that the vehicle is allowed up to, is insured up to, and then you've got the weight that the vehicle is when it comes out the dealership. The difference between the two is your payload, and 300 kilos sounds like a lot, but when you imagine you've got two of you, that's roughly 150 kilos, and we've got a dog, so that's another 15-20 kilos. If you've got kids, that goes on top, so that's 200 kilos before you even blinked. And then all of your pots, your pans, your bedding, your tins, your food, your everything, generator, solar panel, awning, all has to go in that payload, and it can disappear like that. really quickly. So those are the two places that I suggest people look at and try and get the biggest payload you can get.
But you've got a solution, haven't you, to payload? I heard you mention to someone earlier. Tell us what that is.
What, with the trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have a trailer with our bikes and we have a storage box on the trailer, so we put as much stuff on the trailer as we possibly can. You've got to be careful because obviously vehicles are only rated to tow up to a certain amount as well. So it is getting that balance right, but yeah, we do try and put as much as we can on the trailer to lighten up the van.
What impact does that have when you're travelling on the continent?
What, towing?
Yeah, in terms of having a trailer.
No, so I think we've always towed. That was the main reason for getting the van, was to tow. So pretty much every trip we've ever done, we've towed motorbikes. We now have a classic car as well to add to the list, so we're a travelling circus. We have a classic car, 2 bikes and a motorhome, and a spaniel.
So what car have you got?
He restored a Porsche, I'm going to get this wrong, it's Porsche 550, it's an old classic.
Oh, right.
I mean, it's a replica. The originals are like ridiculous money, so it was a replica, but it was a lockdown project to keep him out of my hair, I'll be honest. But yeah, and it's brilliant, but now he wants to take it around Europe to do all the different circuits. So that's our plan for the next couple of years, is to go around and do a lot of the race tracks that he wants to drive this car around. So that'll be fun.
I'll be following that. That
Yeah,
will be fascinating.
we're hoping to go do Belgium and Spa this year. We're talking about doing Le Mans whenever that's allowed. Apparently they do classic car days and things. So yeah, so I don't know a whole lot about that world yet. It's quite new to us, but yeah, it's quite good fun learning about it.
It's one I love secretly.
Is it?
That's another podcast for another day.
A whole new thing.
We'll get him on.
Yes.
And you've been all over Europe, haven't you? I mean, you were speaking here in the Insight Theatre, and you're a bit of a celebrity at the show, and people have been coming and queuing up to speak to you, and I'm honoured to chat to you now. But so tell us a bit about where you've been in your motorhome.
So we focused a lot, we did a lot around the UK, and then we've done a lot of what I would call Western Europe. So we've still got a huge amount to see, but we've did a lot in Norway. Norway's beautiful. Done a lot in Italy. We are mountain people. We love the views and the nature up in the mountains, and also with a dog, it's a lot easier than going down to like southern Spain when it's too hot for them. So yeah, we've done a lot in the Pyrenees, a lot in the Alps. Dolomites, which is what I'm talking about at the show, were just incredible. But then also we've been places like Croatia and Slovenia. Germany I love as well. I could spend months exploring Germany. Yeah. Just beautiful. There's so many incredible places to see. It's my bucket list grows. It never actually gets anything ticked off it, or it does, but it just keeps adding stuff as well.
So with restrictions lifting on travel from here in the UK, what's your plan for this year, 2022?
Oh, this question makes me so nervous, because whatever I say now, it will change at some point.
We're not going to jinx it, I promise.
Yeah, okay. So our next big trip, we're hoping to do a couple of little trips before there, but our next big one is Germany, and we're going to take the Black Forest. If you're bikers, the Black Forest is one of the best places for riding a motorbike. It's amazing. So we're hoping to go down there, and then that's going to link into Belgium and taking the car to Spa. So that's in May. June is my daughter's 21st birthday. If I say that quick enough, it doesn't sound so bad. And we've promised her pretty much her entire life we take her to Vegas for her 21st. So what we're going to do is hopefully hire an RV and do a road trip through Yosemite and Death Valley from Vegas to San Francisco, which I think will be epic. And then if the stars align, we're hoping to go up to Norway September, October time. We'll do that again because it was just incredible.
And people can follow you on your YouTube channel as you do these trips, I assume, can they? And on Instagram?
Yeah, so Instagram I update pretty much every day. Facebook is brilliant. We've got an amazing Facebook group. I set it up for total beginners, because most Facebook groups are quite scathing towards beginners and asking basic questions, and I wanted a place where people could come and ask those basic questions, because if you don't know, you don't know, and half the time you don't know what you don't know. So that group is set up for that, and there's some lovely people in there. So yeah, we update that as well. And then YouTube, I try and update videos once a week or so, just to keep everyone up to date with where we've been up to. And then the biggest place is the website.
So tell us where these places are. So your handle on Instagram and the YouTube, and the name of the Facebook group.
Yep, so all of them pretty much are Wandering Bird Adventures, or wanderingBird.adventures. That's for YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and then the website is wandering-bird.com.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to following your adventures and expeditions. I'm going to certainly watch with interest. It's great to chat with you. Thanks for taking the time out of the show, and we hope to see you very soon.
Oh, thank you so much.
Travel safe.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been fun.
Mum, is it here yet?
No, you'll have to wait.
When's your holiday arriving?
Any minute. Dad's bringing it.
Mum, it's outside. Whoa, it's amazing.
With the Motorhome Holiday Company, your adventure starts here. Hire a motorhome for a holiday you'll really look forward to. For festivals, for discovering new places, for freedom and excitement. No need to wait. See motorhomeholidaycompany.com.
Thanks for listening to the Motorhome Matt podcast. Remember to check back here for more episodes full of hints and tips and helpful advice. We'll see you soon for another Motorhome Matt podcast, brought to you with thatleisureShop.com.